Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Context Machine, episode number 703. I'm Bryan Chaffin.
And I'm Jeff Gamet, and we have a website, and you should check it out. It's contextmachine.io. I have nothing interesting to say about the episode number today. Oh, wait, I do. If you turn it upside down, it reads EOL.
Boobies.
No, EOL. We need to work on your spelling.
Right. Well, you can also, assuming you're still with us, use contextmachine.io to reach out to us, or you can find us on Mastodon at Context Machine or on Blue Sky at contextmachine.bsky.social.
Yes. And we have a sponsor, Bryan. Our sponsor this week is MacPaw.
Excellent. We're going to tell you more about them later in the show. Let's jump right into it, Jeff. What do you say?
I think that sounds absolutely fantastic.
And our longtime listeners are like, what? That doesn't make sense. So Apple is turning 50, right? And I empathize.
Yeah, Apple, time to start going in for your prostate exam.
Right. Our friend Neil Pan, the noted architect Pan.
Hey, Neil
said he sent me a couple of things. He sent me a story, a Mac rumor story about Apple throwing a surprise Alicia Keys concert at a party. I think this was last night. Is that right? Yeah, March 13th. Yeah. So this must have been last night. So, boom, they had Alicia Keys showing up and doing stuff. And that seems kind of like a big deal. And he also had pointed me towards this wonderful Instagram post about that someone doing art on an iPad, and in the end, it turns out to be the Apple logo, and it's really lovely. We have a link to it in the show notes. You should go and see it if you haven't already. And then he sent me a note. He said, "Man, I'm quoting, Apple is really upping their game of late," and I agree. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Do you remember, Jeff? Are you still here, Jeff?
Oh, hey, Bryan.
Do you remember all the talk about Tim Cook retiring, right?
Yes.
And I hadn't been thinking of this particular anniversary milestone when I was thinking about Tim Cook departing and when he might depart. And it seems rather obvious in retrospect that Tim would want to plan, control, and see through Apple's 50th anniversary event. And this is obviously going to be at least a month-long event, if not longer, because Apple actually turns 50 on April 1st, right?
On April 1st.
It's April 1st. And more importantly, okay, let me back up. One of the things I was thinking about is that I feel like Tim would probably want to see himself out the door after Apple had done something big, like like for instance, release the Apple Watch. I know that we've talked about. I've talked about seeing that look on his face during the Apple keynote, which was still a live keynote at that point, and seeing the look on his face, this look of utter relief that, man, I did this, and that was the first product that had been conceived and delivered after Steve's death that Steve had no part in. And, I felt like he probably wanted to do one more product like that, something that momentous before leaving? That's been the real thought that's been echoing through my head. But maybe it's simply wanting to see Apple celebrate 50 years. Maybe that's what he wanted to do or wants to do.
Yeah, I can see that. And you can, from a certain point of view, say that Tim has given us a couple more really big things, because we do have Vision Pro, and and based on
tons of services.
On your response. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So services. We also have everything that that Apple has accomplished with their own silicon, with the A series and M series processors.
Yeah. There's the release of the new Apple MacBook Neo, which we're going to talk about later in this episode.
Yep. So there's a lot that Tim can look at and say, I did this.
Right. Yeah. And can say that I left Apple better off than when I found it.
Yeah, and regardless of whether or not you like Tim Cook or you're happy about any or all of the products, Tim has.
You're talking to John Keat, aren't you?
John, hi John. Yes, I'm talking to John. Yeah, love you, John. Apple has gone into a better place. Right. Oh my God, it sounds like they're dead. Okay. Tim Cook has taken Apple to a place where you can look at the numbers and say, yeah, the company is better now.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Just from the standpoint of its use of renewables around the world. You know, so, a point that never gets enough attention.
Yeah. Okay. And then look at how much revenue they bring in and what their profit margins are each month or each quarter.
Right.
I mean, they're basically printing money at this point.
Right. And I'm really curious to. So I'm gonna channel Neil again. He said, and I quote, "Can't wait to see what they do over the next 2 weeks." And it's probably more. Yeah, it's 2.5 weeks. Before the first. And I'm really interested to see. I mean, I feel like they're probably going to do something probably every day or near, at least several times a week over the next 2 weeks, culminating in something on the first, I hope.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to do very much, but I, of course, have been expecting that they would mark the occasion. So I'm clearly wrong about how much I thought they were going to do, because they've already done the Alicia Keys show. So they're doing more than I expected. That's okay.
Right. Apple tends to not be a company that looks back much. Right. They famously and stubbornly don't look back.
Although, if you look at some of their highly produced events over the past couple of years, they have embraced Apple from long ago. For example, having Air Force One wear rainbow Apple festooned jumpsuits and shoes.
Yeah, fair enough.
And there have been little things like that.
Craig Federighi, for those joining us for the first time.
Sorry, everyone. Craig Federighi.
He's in charge of something at Apple.
He's in charge of, hey, I'm cool.
Right. But Apple spent probably a pretty penny on this party with Alicia Keys. And it was,
I would assume so.
It was held in their Grand Central. I forget the name of it. The actual official name, the Grand Central Terminal store that's in New York City, is where they held the event. And that's super fun. And I like this. I enjoy the retrospective look that is sort of coming out in this 50th year celebration so far. I enjoy that. I get Apple's manic, obsessive focus on tomorrow and its complete lack of caring about legacy products. I love that mostly, but at this particular time and a moment in time, I like that. So like the logo that the young woman draws on that Instagram reel that I mentioned earlier, again, link in the show notes. It's a nod to Apple's rainbow logo, and I enjoy that. That's fun.
And you did see that's on the letter that Tim Cook wrote.
The logo that we see her making.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. No, I didn't realize that.
Oh, okay. So I'll have a link to the well, it's that it's part of press releases. I'll have a link for that stuff too.
Okay, good. Yeah. So anyway, that's super fun. And I like it, and I'm enjoying this and having fun is what I'm trying to say.
And that's okay. There's so much crap going on in the world. Finding little places for us to have moments of joy. Do it, everyone. Find it. And I think people finding happiness and joy in what Apple's doing with their 50th anniversary is fantastic. I am so on board for this.
Yep. Same. And I am expecting Tim to step down this year at this point.
There's so many shows where this has come up. I'm trying to remember. Have we talked about on our show about him stepping down but staying on the board?
Oh yeah, I would absolutely assume he'd be on the board. He might even take over as chairman.
I assume that he would.
Yeah.
And if that happens this year, okay. But if it doesn't happen this year, I also won't be surprised.
Mm. Why? I actually don't follow that reasoning.
If he's still enjoying what he's doing and he's on a roll and he has something else that he wants to launch before he steps back from running the company.
Yeah, right. That could definitely happen too. So what I'm saying is that now that I'm fully cognizant of the fact that this is Apple's 50th anniversary, I can see him possibly stepping down this year. And I sort of expect him to at this point, but we'll see. Time will tell. And I'm not worried about it one way or the other, regardless.
Yeah, same. I know we've had the discussion about Apple does exactly the right thing, and they have short-term, midterm, and long-term succession plans.
Yeah, and
they review these regularly. They rehearse things. They prepare people. So I am not concerned about the transition from when Tim is ready to move on from being CEO.
Right. So we should also, by the way, we should take a second to talk about Macstock, because I think you have some news for us.
We should. Yes. So
breaking news. Is it actually breaking news? I don't think it actually is.
Well, the official public announcement happened on a live stream earlier today. So it is still kind of breaking news.
Yeah. What I'm hearing is that you shortchanged our listeners, and I'm sorry, listeners. But go ahead, please. Go ahead and continue.
No, Mike Potter shortchanged our listeners. I hope you're satisfied,
all
Mike.
Right, fair enough. Fair enough.
So Mike Potter, he's the organizer of Macstock. He did a live stream today where he announced the presenters for this year's conference, and it's July 10th, 11th, and 12th. And I'm on that list. So I am speaking at Macstock this July, and I would love for all of you to come and be there. I'm going to see all of you. And they're doing early bird pricing through the end of the month. And after that, prices do go up. Although I'm pretty sure I can strong arm Mike into giving me a discount code that I can share so people can still get a lower price.
All right. So tell us what you're going to be doing now. Come on.
Oh, sure.
Duh.
Okay. I'm doing a workshop this year. And so that's a 90-minute workshop. And what I'm going to do is teach people how to draw something and take that from the physical world, like draw on paper, and get that into your iPad or your Mac and work with it digitally.
That's cool.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. And you won't need to have anything special because everyone's going to show up with an iPad or a Mac. And I'm going to demonstrate using Linear Sketch on my iPad, which everyone can get for free. But if you're using a Mac, there are options available there where you're not going to have to spend money. And so I'll make sure that people have access to that as well. And we're going to have a wonderful time. And I am so looking forward to doing art time at Macstock this July.
Awesome. That sounds fun, man. And I'm glad you nailed that down. And it's going to be a 90-minute a 90-minute class. It's not a presentation; it's a class.
Yeah, a 90-minute workshop.
90-minute workshop. That's fantastic. That's definitely a reason to go to Macstock. There's plenty of reasons to go to Macstock, but that's another good reason.
Yeah, I'm with you. And Bryan, one of these days or years, you need to come back out to Macstock again.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, why don't you tell us about MacPaw, our wonderful sponsor?
Oh, I would love to do that. So, Bryan, here's the deal. We're using our Macs all the time, and we need to keep them as sleek, smooth running machines. And one of the ways we can do that is with Clean My Mac. And we have talked about different things that you can do with Clean My Mac in the past. So I'm going to highlight a couple things. So there's the cleanup feature that goes through and gets rid of cruft on your computer that doesn't need to be there anymore. There's the cloud cleanup feature that looks at your cloud services, iCloud, OneDrive, Google Drive, and Dropbox, and figures out where you have files that you don't need to have anymore, and lets you figure out if that's stuff that needs to go away. So maybe you save a little money because you don't need to pay for as much storage. And then there's another feature, My Clutter, and it helps you figure out, like, do you have duplicate files that maybe are taking up space? So there's all these things that they do that help you just keep your Mac lean and clean. And you should absolutely take advantage of this. So everyone, here's what you need to do. You need to get tidy today. And you can try 7 days free using Clean My Mac by using our special code, which is Context Machine, all uppercase letters. And that's actually going to also get you 20% off. So just head over to their website, special website for you. It's CLNMY, Clean My. So CLNMY.com/context machine. And that's all uppercase letters for Context Machine. And use that discount code Context Machine. So you're going to have your 7-day free trial plus 20% off. And thank you, Clean My Mac, for being our sponsor.
Yes. Thank you, Clean My Mac. We love you guys, and we want everybody to check them out.
Yes.
All right. We have I think Apple released a product last week.
Maybe.
Yes, several products. The one I wanted to talk about is the MacBook Neo.
And I'm so glad you want to talk about that one, because this to me was a market shifting product, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. And I am based on I haven't handled a MacBook Neo myself, but based on the many reviews that I've read, I find it fascinating that Apple could make such a powerful Mac at that price with an iPhone processor. It really says something about the iPhone.
Yeah, it says something about the iPhone, and it says something about the people that are designing Apple's own silicon.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. One of the many undersung stories about all that Apple has done. I think part of the problem that Apple has is that they are doing so many things so well that and they don't really tout much of any of it. And it just sort of happens in the background, and people just sort of like they accept it. And Apple is such a singular success story. They are such a singular, momentous organization. They have done so much, and I don't really feel like much of anybody's ever really talking about it. So anyway, whatever. We're talking about the Mac. We are,
and you are somebody.
Oh, thank you. But anyway, let's. Why'd you want to talk about it?
I want to talk about it because it totally shifts how I need to think about computer upgrades in the future. And I also wanted to talk about it because I was surprised at how this shook the industry as a whole after the announcement came out. And what triggered that for me was finding out about Asus. They make computers as well. Their earnings report, which happened after. They're still here. Huh. And there's a lot of people that buy Asus computers. Asus, A-S-U-S.
Yeah.
So not Acer, in case people were thinking. But anyhow, so they had their earnings report. And one of the big topics of discussion at the Asus earning report was the MacBook Neo.
Really?
And yes. So if you're having to talk about other or competitors' products during your earning report, that product has fundamentally changed how these companies need to address the way they make their products. And what the CEO of Asus said is that we were not expecting that Apple was going to do this. They all knew Apple was getting ready to release a lower price computer. They were not expecting what came out, and they were not prepared at all. And they don't think anyone in the industry is prepared. And they all now have to regroup and figure out how to respond to what Apple released, because they can't make what Apple made.
Yeah, the only thing they can
sell
do
it at the price that Apple is selling it at.
The only thing they can do is figure out how to cut one more screw and make it cheaper. Right? That's been the PC world's problem for decades now.
Right. Yes. And when you're getting into these $500, $600 computers, what you've been looking at historically are computers that have plastic cases. They have low quality displays. They have lower quality components. It's all these compromises that by the time they add up, you end up with a subpar product. And what Apple released is a quality product with a really good display at a price point that hits what these other companies are doing.
And it's made out of aluminum.
It's made out of aluminum, has a really good display, has a processor that in many cases outperforms an M1. and it's an A18 Pro processor in this thing. It's like you said, it's a freaking iPhone processor that's in here. Speakers that outperform other laptops in the same price range, and regular price for the base model is $599, $499 if you're educational. And I'm certain that if you're an educational institution buying it,
I think it's $549 for education, isn't it? I thought they were taking $50 off.
They take $100 off. It's
okay,
$499.
Wow.
Yeah. But I bet if you're an educational institution and you're buying in bulk, that your pricing becomes even better.
Yeah.
So, we're at the point now where with this computer where you cannot create today a Windows laptop that can match the specs and the build quality and performance. You can't match it.
Yep. I agree. Agreed. 100%.
And
absolutely agreed.
And the Chromebook market now has a real problem because Chromebooks, you can get some that cost a little bit less, but you're also looking at a device that is very limited compared to what you can do with, and I'll go with educational pricing, a $499 laptop from Apple.
Okay, $500 is still just to state this. It is still out of the range of many people in the US, let alone the rest of the world. But it so brings a competent and quality product into the range of more people.
It absolutely does. And if it's an educational institution buying them, then that changes the calculus some, because it's not parents trying to figure out, where do I come up with $500? It's the school buying a block of computers or leasing a block of computers from Apple, and being able to do it at a price that's probably competitive with what they're getting from Windows computer makers or Chromebook bulk orders.
By the way, as a side note, on apple.com/MacBook-Neo, which is the MacBook Neo webpage, they have an image that has one of these things with stickers on it. Which, think about that. Apple has stickers that are not Apple stickers. So, like, doing something that a kid might do, but they're showing their product with stickers on it. I find that fascinating. Would not have expected Apple to do that.
And yet here we are. I think it's a really smart move. Okay, Brian, here's how this changes things for me whenever I'm ready to replace my M2 Pro MacBook Pro.
Okay.
Instead of buying a new MacBook Pro, I might be better served by buying a souped up Mac Mini and the $700 MacBook Neo. And the $700 one, that's the one that has Touch ID on it and 512 gigs of storage. The way I use my computer on the go has changed dramatically over the past several years. It used to be I needed my full-on workstation recording studio everywhere I went. Now, when I'm on the go, I need something that lets me do my communication things. It lets me write, and it lets me do some image editing stuff. I don't need to spend that money on the MacBook Pro to be able to go on the go with that. When I can spend less money for a more powerful Mac Mini and then have a Neo for when I'm out and about, that may be what I end up doing the next time it's time to replace my computer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and pricing wise, I'll end up spending a little bit less than it would cost me to buy a MacBook Pro.
Right. Yeah. So this thing is probably a game changer for Apple. It's probably going to move the needle. It may end up downselling a bunch of MacBook Air potential customers. That's possible, but I think it's going to open up enough new people to the world of Mac that it'll probably move the needle for Apple.
I think so. And Apple executives have said before, if we're going to have a problem with someone cannibalizing product sales or our product sales, it should be us.
Right.
So, yeah, if they're going to lose a MacBook Air sale to a MacBook Neo sale, that's okay, because they're probably going to make it up in overall Neo sales.
Right. And, or accessories that people can afford because they're only buying a Neo.
Mm-hmm.
Or, whatever. So anyway, this thing is fantastic. And I'm super impressed with it.
Yeah, so am I. I'm so impressed. I'm already reconsidering what to do the next time I need to buy a Mac.
Right. That's true. You are. All right, man. I think that's a show. What do you think?
I think we nailed it.
We did nail it, didn't we?
We did.
So that is this week's Apple Context Machine. Oh, goodness. There I go doing it, man.
Well, okay. I nailed it.
Right. Well, I'm just going to erase all that. And I'm going to say, that's this week's Context Machine. If you have anything to comment on, add, or question, you can write us at contextmachinepodcast@gmail.com. Our bandwidth is provided by CashFly. The bass is by Dr. Boom, recorded just for this show. And that is all for this week, except for something that Jeff's going to say.
Except for what I'm about to say, which is, hey, everyone, go check out Clean My Mac. Thank you, MacPaw, for being our sponsor. clnmy.com/context machine. Use the discount code context machine. 7-day free trial and 20% off. Thank you, MacPaw, for being our sponsor.
Right. One of these days, I should maybe change our guidelines to account for that process.
Yeah.
Is
okay.
That crazy
that sounds
talk?
great.
I think that's just
it is crazy talk, but boys got a dream, right?
Yeah. Fair enough.